What's up, everybody? It's me, Tash. Welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about a true crime case out of Nova Scotia. It's really close to me. It is the missing children from Pictou County, Jack and Lily Sullivan. So 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily went missing on Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Not 6 months ago. Their mom, Malaya Brooks Murray, is living with her boyfriend at the time, the stepfather of the children, Daniel Martel. So on Friday, the children are reported missing. On Thursday, they didn't go to school because they were sick. And on Wednesday, there was a provincial-wide in-service, so nobody had school that day. There was a confirmed sighting of them on Thursday, May 1st. So at 10 a.m. on Friday, May 2nd, the RCMP received a phone call from the mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, saying her children have gone missing. At this time, Daniel went searching for these children in the surrounding woods area on his ATV. And as he arrives back home, the RCMP are arriving there as well. And Malaya, the mom, tells them that they were in their bedroom when they woke up. They have a newborn baby who is less than 1, 6 months to 1, I guess. 6 months to 1-year-old. And they were taking care of the baby in the bedroom. And they heard Lily and Jack that morning out in the kitchen playing. And they also said that Lily popped in and they saw Lily for a second. And around 10 a.m. is when it's reported that they called RCMP. However, later on, when the police report came out, the police report says 8 a.m., but the report says 10 a.m. It's reported that it's 10 a.m. Whatever. 2 hour could be a huge difference. Could be a little mistake, not sure. But the time in which it took Daniel to search the surrounding area, the police made it to their house. And the mom explains that not only are their boots missing, but their backpack is missing as well. Their backpacks. So they managed to put on their boots and grab their backpacks. And so the father, the stepfather, believed that they got out the back sliding door because they can't hear when it opens and closes. So it's super quiet and the kids could easily slide out that door without them hearing them. Especially, like, say if the baby were crying or if they were in and out of sleep or whatever it was. And so they didn't hear them leave and they don't know what time they had last saw them or heard them or whatever it was they did. At this point, the official search begins and the RCMP have volunteers from all across Nova Scotia, from, I believe it's Inverness, which is almost in Cape Breton, or I guess it is in Cape Breton. It's like up towards past Antigonish, and down from the valley, from the city, Halifax, and all in between. So all these volunteer searchers are coming to search the woods. And so over 160. And this surrounding woods area in Pictou County. It's like, it's a real, like, small town, and there's a lot of forest, like, dense forest around it. And it's, not only is it dense, but there's a lot of hills, and they're steep, and it's full of bush and debris, and it's just not, it's not ideal for children to be in this forest at all. There's also air search and rescue teams, as well as canine teams. And with children in Canada, I believe all cases involving children automatically involves major crimes. So major crimes is involved here. And there's a lot going on. There's all these searches and all these people that are being organized. So the mom, Malaya, leaves. She leaves the house after an argument between Daniel's family and Malaya's family at the house. So I believe the police and like some of the searchers that were around caught this argument. And after this, Malaya leaves and cuts ties with Daniel, changes her Facebook to single. I am available. No longer with this man. I mean, I don't know if she's really available, but don't reach out to her. Anyway, so after 7 days, oh, and by the way, Malaya's not doing any media interviews. She does one single interview at the very beginning. I believe it's the first day, possibly the second day, but pretty sure it's the first day she does the interview with CBS, and she's kind of just, I don't know, not speaking clearly. She's clearly in shock still, or like, I don't know. It's tough, this one's a tough one. And so after 5 days of searching, the search gets scaled back, which this is not a good thing. It's cold, the weather, it had been raining. The children are likely not alive if they are in the woods. So they're scaling back their search because the searchers are both physically and mentally exhausted. They've been through so much searching for these two children, and like I said, the forest is dense and all these problems come with it, all this crazy weather. There's insane amount of ticks, guys. The searchers are coming out covered in ticks, and like they have to wipe them off within an amount of time before they can like embed. So they're like going in and out of the forest constantly. And like nights are freezing cold, days are hot, there's rain, there's sun, there's everything. It's Nova Scotia, you know what I mean? It's May in Nova Scotia. The beginning of May in Nova Scotia. Okay, shut up. Anyway, so there is a lot of speculation going on at this point. There's rumors being spread, and these rumors are leading to misinformation that is being put out there. So for an example, there was a teacher, I believe, I don't know if she was Lily or Jack or both their teachers, but the teacher says, these children are non-verbal and they're on the autistic spectrum. However, when the mom does her interview, when Malaya does her interview, she clarifies that they can speak and that they are not on the spectrum. I don't know, like, if the teacher was just diagnosing without, you know what I mean? Or if that's just what she believed. Maybe it's true, we don't know, but the mom felt the need to clarify that this is not true. And that's just one of the many rumors that have come along with all the things, all the lies and speculation that people have put out there. So a lot of people are looking at the stepfather, and the stepfather he's doing a lot. He's doing interviews, he's doing YouTube stuff. He's all over the place, and he's saying, I'm the only one that's talking. Look, like the mom, she's wherever she is, she isn't doing anything to help. And why are you guys blaming me? Why are you guys blaming me when clearly I'm the one doing stuff to help? And like some things, he's very frantic guy, I would say. Very frantic guy. So it seems suspicious, and I could understand why people are making up these speculations. Okay? I fully understand that. Because a lot of the things that are coming out, they aren't adding up. And like at one point, the mom said that she did see Lily, and then at another point, like maybe he was sleeping, but the dad or the stepfather said like they didn't come in the room at all. And then I think he might have changed his story, and then he came up with another story that like retracted that. And like there's just a lot of things that don't add up. So the mom, Leia, lost custody of the 1-year-old baby, so she no longer has the baby at all. I think it's with one of the grandmothers. I'm not too sure, but it's not with the mom. I know that. And then I just wanted to take a second I'll show you guys the home here. I'm going to insert some photos. I'll put them up of the property. So I have some pictures here. All right, I've been following this case closely for the last 6 months. I know this. What is this? Guy, get out of here. I know this case really well, and I know this property kind of like off by heart. So it's like a pretty big property with the main home that's a trailer. So one of those like long, like I don't know what you would call it, trailer, I guess. And there is this fence around the backyard. So the trailer's like this, and the fence. I have the pictures up. You can see that this is not a very cleanly home. This doesn't seem safe for a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and a baby and a 1-year-old. And you could see that there's broken toys. There is a broken play set, I believe. There's supposed to be like swings on it, but there's just a slide. And then there's a wagon in the front yard somewhere. So it doesn't seem like the kids were just confined to the fence area, because there is some stuff in the front yard. There is a couple cars in the driveway, 4, I believe, actually. And I don't know if those are just, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're just for like the case or if they're their actual cars. I'm not too sure about that. And then there's also this RV, like a little old, like 90s style RV in the corner of the backyard. So it's up in the far right corner. And it has these black garbage bags on top, as if it's keeping out rain, I guess. It doesn't seem like it's probably the best place to live. But I believe that the stepfather, Daniel's mom, was living in the RV on the property. And then, so next to the RV, there's this like old little shed, and it has like this stuff connected that doesn't really have a roof. And then there's an old clothes hanger you see. And then in the corner, there's this old mini tiny shed. And then this is all lined with, like, it looks like a bright plastic fence. I don't know if it's like plastic or like flimsy plastic. Like, it doesn't look like it's keeping much in or out. Clearly not these children. It clearly wasn't keeping these children in. Stop it. Anyway, so the yard is full of junk, and like, this seems unsafe, unfit for children, but also chaos. Like, it implies that there is like chaos among this household, and God only knows what the inside. I believe there were pictures released of the inside, and you can see the sliding door, or there was videos, sorry. You can see the sliding door. I don't think I could put the videos in, but the sliding door, you can't really hear it. Like, I don't know if it's like WD-40'd up, or like oiled up or whatever, but it is very quiet. And then I don't like the vibes of the house at all. I don't think it's safe. Like, maybe, yeah, if you're just like living on edge, like by ends meet, whatever, sure, yeah, that's your home. But if you have 2 children, 3 children, I don't think this is a safe home to live in. So they end up finding a boot print in the search from earlier, and they focus in their search on these areas of interest, including this boot print. But there is no facts about the boot print. There's no way to tell whose it is. There's no way of knowing anything about the boot print, so that's kind of a dead end. And then the searchers, again, exhausted, and there's not as, I think there's less than 70 this next time around, sorry. But there are lots of exhausted searchers at this point as well. And then we also have the stepfather, Daniel, saying he passed a polygraph test, which these are not admissible in court, so I don't understand what the point of getting someone who is a suspect to do a polygraph. If you can cheat this, if this is not worthy for the law, then why are we able to use it to get what information? Like, what would have happened if he didn't pass? Like, would he have gone, like, then what? So, I don't really know. I can't trust a polygraph test at all. And I don't understand why they would even offer, like, whatever. So, at that point, it's June 19th when he passes polygraph test. And he mentions that there was this piece of blanket that had also been found, and that, like, listen, if I had anything to do with it, like, why would there be this piece of blanket? I guess, I don't know. But he thinks that this piece of blanket is going to be important to the case. Comes up dead end. So the piece of blanket is nothing. But he also says that the RCMP has information that is not released. So this they want to use as guilt knowledge, right? So if someone who were guilty says, oh, there is a piece of blanket in this area, they could say, okay, how'd you know that? Well, I put it there. Okay, well, we didn't release where the blanket was, and the fact that you knew where the blanket was means that you are guilty. Or, you know what I mean? So that's how kind of guilt knowledge works. But then the paternal grandma comes out, and although she is not present in these children's lives, she hasn't seen them in over 3 years, I believe, She is the biological father's mother of the children. So the biological father, I believe he's in prison at the time, or jail, whatever. He's not a suspect. Doesn't have anything to do with them. And so his mom, she reaches out and does an interview. And she believes that these children are not alive anymore. And I don't know where she's getting this information, but she felt the need to come out and, you know what I mean, do the interview and put her 2 cents in. And there is now a cash reward, because after 6 months, Lily and Jack Sullivan have still not been found. There are no clues that we know of. There's no evidence. And if you know anything, please reach out. Because these poor children deserve better. These poor children deserve their life. They have so much ahead of them. And that has all been taken away. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully they're safe and alive and hopefully well. But after 6 months, it's not looking that good for them. But there are all kinds of possibilities, so just keep these children in your prayers. All right. So, thanks for watching. Again, pray for these children. And stay safe and stay blessed. Peace.